Have you ever known someone who disappeared, just gone, with no explanation? It's a nightmare no one expects. But in some cities it happens far too often. Across America, thousands vanish from bustling cities every year without a trace. These are not isolated cases. Patterns emerge: Phoenix, Las Vegas, Detroit, Miami, and more. The numbers are staggering, the silence unnerving. What force is at work in the shadows? Tonight we begin to unravel the mystery. If you dare, follow us into the darkness. Across America, a chilling pattern haunts our cities. People vanish without warning, swallowed by the night. Police tape flutters in the darkness, families wait by silent phones, and the missing are never found. Some cities are infamous: Las Vegas, Phoenix, Detroit, where the numbers defy belief and the silence is deafening. Why do these places become magnets for the vanished? Is it the city's design, its shadows, or something more sinister? The most disturbing detail? The silence. When dozens vanish, why isn't there a national outcry? In the next chapter we'll reveal the staggering statistics and patterns that demand answers. Stay with us. Every year, over 600,000 people are reported missing in the United States. That's more than the entire population of a major city, gone without a trace. That's about 1,600 disappearances every single day. Enough to fill a small town, wiped out in 24 hours. These aren't just numbers. Each case is a life interrupted, a family left in limbo. But the crisis is not evenly spread. Cities like Phoenix, Las Vegas, Detroit, and Miami report the highest rates, far above the national average. News headlines scream for answers, but the patterns remain: statistical anomalies that demand urgent explanation. Phoenix, over 1,000 people vanish here every year. Las Vegas, hundreds disappear annually. Two cities blazing with neon and promise, yet haunted by vanishing lives. In Phoenix, the crisis is staggering, 3 times the national average. In Las Vegas, hundreds more slip into the desert night, never to return. Each statistic is a life erased. The pattern is chilling: rapid growth, endless highways, and the desert swallowing all evidence. The cities pulse with life, but the shadows are always hungry. Police log the cases, but the heartbreak is routine. The numbers demand more than paperwork, they demand answers. Sunshine and neon can't hide the secrets forever. Detroit, over 200 people have vanished here in just 5 years, most from busy streets, never seen again. That's more than 40 disappearances every year. Police find no struggle, no witnesses, just a cold trail ending at an abandoned building. Detroit, 200 plus vanished in 5 years. Chicago, 17 disappearances along Lower Wacker Drive. Commuters vanish between security cameras. That's nearly 2 people lost every year, right in the city's heart. Evidence boards fill with faces, but the gaps between surveillance footage remain, like ghosts slipping through concrete. Chicago, 17 disappearances on Lower Wacker Drive. New York City, over 13,000 missing last year, some vanish in crowds, others in plain sight. That's more than 35 people gone every single day. In the city that never sleeps, people step off the grid. No digital trace, no final sighting, just a name on a list. New York City, over 13,000 missing last year. Los Angeles, over 14,000 people reported missing last year. The city's endless sprawl hides countless stories of loss. In Skid Row, a mother searches for her son, one of hundreds who vanish from this area every year, often without a trace. Houston, over 8,000 missing persons reports filed last year. Many are young adults and teenagers, lost in the city's vastness. A teenager disappears after boarding a city bus. Her trail vanishes at a busy intersection, swallowed by the city's constant motion. Miami, nearly 2,000 people reported missing last year. A 3-block downtown zone is notorious for unexplained vanishings. 47 people have vanished from this tiny area in 8 years. No witnesses, no clues, just silence and fear. These numbers aren't just statistics, they're warnings. In city after city, the pattern is relentless, the mystery unsolved. Across every city, 3 chilling patterns emerge from the darkness. First, the Friday night phenomenon. Disappearances spike between 8 p.m. and midnight, as routines break and vigilance fades. Second, the digital blackout. Phones go dark, social media silences, and bank accounts freeze in an instant. Third, the witness gap. Victims vanish from crowded places, yet no one sees a thing. The city's eyes are blind. These patterns repeat, city after city, a silent code written in fear and absence. The consistency is more than coincidence, it's a warning. Dr. Chen also identified what she calls the digital blackout. In a hyper-connected world, these victims' digital footprints vanish instantly. Phones go dark, social media silent, bank accounts freeze. All lifelines cease at once, as if a switch is thrown. This isn't a lost phone or forgotten password, it's deliberate, efficient erasure. Is it the victim's last act, or the abductor's calculated move? The synchronicity suggests deep knowledge of technology and its vulnerabilities. The digital self is extinguished, leaving only a frozen snapshot. Investigators are left with a cold, silent trail, a ghost in the machine. For families, the silence is unbearable. Each unanswered call, each empty inbox is a fresh wound, a reminder that someone is missing and the world keeps moving on. The mystery endures, faces on posters fade but the pain does not. The city lights may shine but for some, hope flickers in the darkness. In the chilling silence the question remains, who will be next? The darkness is not empty, it is filled with unanswered questions and the longing of those left behind. Stay vigilant. If you notice something, say something. In a world where silence can be deadly, your awareness could be the light that brings someone home. The third pattern, Dr. Chen calls it the witness gap. People are vanishing from the heart of bustling cities. Nobody ever sees anything significant. It is as if they simply step into an invisible seam in reality. The city of Detroit serves as a stark, troubling example. Authorities there have documented over 200 cases that follow these exact three patterns. The impossible silence of the witness gap. These are not just disappearances, they are extractions, leaving behind only a void and a pattern in the darkness. Within troubled cities, certain locations become feared landmarks. These are the hotspots, zones where vanishing seems commonplace. Not the entire city, but defined patches of ground. Epicenters of disappearance, erasing people with chilling regularity. Locals develop an instinct for these areas, speaking of them in hushed tones. Unsettlingly, many hotspots aren't desolate wastelands. During the day, they appear innocuous. This normalcy hides a sinister potential that awakens with the setting sun. Even investigators admit to unease, a feeling that the place itself is complicit. They are wounds on the city's soul, where the veil between known and unknown feels thin. Miami, a city of vibrant energy, but nearly 2,000 people vanished here just last year. Within its bustling downtown core, a specific 3-block area casts a long, cold shadow. It has become a vortex for the unexplained. Official records confirm a chilling statistic. 47 individuals vanished from this tiny segment of the city over the past 8 years. Something happens when the sun goes down. Shadows lengthen, transforming ordinary alleyways into potential points of no return. The daytime crowds dissipate, replaced by an unnerving quiet. How can such a small zone be so consistently lethal? The 47 disappearances are concentrated, a tight cluster of human loss. This suggests a localized threat operating with baffling efficiency. Journey to Seattle, where Pioneer Square records more than 30 disappearances every year, the highest rate in the Pacific Northwest. Here, the historic Pioneer Square district tells a chilling tale. Beneath its charming veneer lies a secret, a network of underground tunnels. These passages are a relic of the city's reconstruction after the Great Seattle Fire. The old ground floors became a shadowy underworld, largely abandoned and forgotten. Coincidence or causation? This district has the highest concentration of unexplained disappearances in the Pacific Northwest. Do these forgotten tunnels offer something more sinister? The tunnels provide a perfect network for unseen travel, for making someone disappear without a trace. Chicago. 17 people have vanished from Lower Wacker Drive in recent years, a city of bold architecture hiding a notorious secret beneath its streets. This multi-level roadway winds beneath the loop, forming a concrete labyrinth where shadows linger. Its design creates pockets of invisibility, areas shielded from cameras and witnesses. Most victims vanish during their evening commute, slipping away between the lights and the silence. Predictable routines and hidden vulnerabilities make Lower Wacker Drive a perfect trap. Police have increased patrols and installed cameras, but the disappearances persist. It's a chilling impasse. Elusive forces thrive in the city's darkest corners, leaving only questions behind. Los Angeles, the city of angels. But last year, over 14,000 people vanished here, more than any other American city. A staggering, haunting number. Beneath its iconic skyline and sun-drenched boulevards, a grimmer reputation quietly grows. One of loss, fear, and unanswered questions. Some are quickly found, but thousands remain unresolved, their stories lost in the endless sprawl. The scale of this crisis dwarfs the numbers seen in most other American cities. What makes LA so uniquely vulnerable? Its sheer size is a factor. Over 500 square miles of city, stitched together by a web of freeways, back alleys, and labyrinthine neighborhoods. The city's notorious traffic jams and transient population create a shifting landscape where people can slip away, unnoticed. Skid Row, with its dense concentration of homelessness and poverty, is a tragic epicenter. Hundreds vanish from this area every year, their disappearances often going unreported or ignored. But it's not just Skid Row. The Hollywood Hills, the San Fernando Valley, and even the bustling corridors of downtown LA have all become notorious hotspots, each with their own patterns of vanishing. Experts point to a tangled mix of causes: homelessness, mental health crises, runaway youth, and the ever-present threat of human trafficking. LA's entertainment industry draws thousands of hopeful newcomers each year, many of whom arrive with little support or resources, making them easy targets for predators. Meanwhile, the city's fragmented law enforcement jurisdictions complicate investigations, creating bureaucratic gaps that can delay critical responses. Here, the city's sprawling geography is both a blessing and a curse. It offers anonymity and escape, but also isolation and danger. In Los Angeles, the distance between hope and oblivion can be measured in blocks or in entire lifetimes. Each missing person is a story interrupted, a face fading into the endless crowd, swallowed by a metropolis that is both dazzling and indifferent. New York City, a place where millions of lives intersect. But last year alone, over 13,000 people vanished here. That's more than a statistic. It's a silent crisis, hidden in plain sight. Each missing person is a story interrupted, a face fading into the endless crowd, swallowed by a metropolis that is both dazzling and indifferent. The density and diversity of the city add complexity. The subway system, endless high-rises and alleyways provide countless places to disappear. Patterns emerge, clusters of disappearances near transit hubs or linked to domestic violence. In New York City, every missing person is more than just a case file, they are a life paused. Finding answers can be as daunting as the city itself. Houston, Texas, a sprawling metropolis with a grim secret. Last year, over 8,000 people vanished here. That's more than 20 disappearances every single day. Beneath the city's vibrant surface, Houston has quietly become a focal point in the national crisis of missing persons. The numbers are staggering, and the silence is chilling. Houston's diverse population and proximity to the Mexican border add layers of complexity to these disappearances. Runaways and those impacted by family instability make up a significant portion of the cases. Officers speak of the invisible wall, the point at which a person's trail goes cold and hope fades. Advocates and community organizations have stepped in to bridge the gaps, but the numbers remain sobering. For every missing person, a family waits, hoping for answers. In Houston, the search for the vanished is relentless, and the city's shadows grow longer with every unanswered question. Atlanta, a city where Southern charm meets the pulsing energy of a major transportation hub. But behind the bright lights, over 600 people are reported missing here every year. But beneath the skyscrapers, Atlanta harbors a troubling secret. It is a nexus in the national web of missing persons and human trafficking. Experts point to Atlanta's unique position as both a destination and a crossroads. With the world's busiest airport and major interstates converging here, Atlanta has become a critical artery. Vulnerable populations are at the highest risk, with traffickers preying on those least likely to be missed. Community response has been urgent. For Atlanta, the challenge is ongoing, fighting back against invisible currents that pull people away. San Francisco, world-renowned for its rolling fog and iconic bridges. But in 2023, over 2,300 people vanished here. That's a crisis hiding in plain sight. But beneath the postcard facade, the city faces a crisis of vanishing lives. Much of San Francisco's crisis centers on its homeless population. Estimates suggest more than 7,700 people experience homelessness here on any given night. The constant churn makes tracking disappearances incredibly difficult. For many, there is no fixed address, no family to report them missing. The fog itself can shroud entire neighborhoods, making searches even more challenging. Dozens of missing persons cases are linked to possible drownings, their bodies never recovered. The line between missing and simply moving on is often heartbreakingly thin. What unfolds in these urban shadows? What forces cause such fear? Investigators present varied theories to make sense of the chaos of disappearances. Some explanations echo known criminal activities. The unseen hand of sophisticated organized crime is often suspected. Theory 1. Urban human trafficking networks, operating with chilling precision. They exploit vulnerabilities within cities using anonymity and challenging escape routes. A global business model built upon stolen human lives. Vast, unseen networks operate silently beneath the city, moving individuals quickly and quietly. A terrifying, silent, and ongoing human harvest. The city's infrastructure becomes a tool in their illicit trade. The scale suggests an organization that outwits law enforcement. A hidden war waged in our city streets. Theory 2. The physical fabric of cities. Major urban centers have hidden layers most never see. Forgotten subways, derelict buildings, vast storm drains, an unseen world ripe for exploitation. These spaces could house clandestine operations beyond regulation. They are potential hidden strongholds repurposed for illicit purposes. Theory 3. Our hyperconnectivity is a double-edged sword, creating opportunities for predators. Social media makes victims easier to track. Rideshare apps can be manipulated for abductions. Our digital footprints now map us for those with ill intent. Imagine the convergence: digital tracking, hidden infrastructure, a modern synergy making the urban environment insidiously perilous. But there is another far more disturbing theory. It whispers of something far more deliberate, more systematic. What if these numerous disappearances are not random at all? What if some unknown person is systematically removing specific individuals? A silent, ongoing and selective culling of the population. Individuals who are selected with careful, cold precision, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a deep, gnawing, existential fear. Yet the disturbing patterns that researchers have identified are undeniable, beyond just the shared timing of the Friday night window or the sudden digital blackout. If such an entity truly exists, its motives are a terrifying blank. To operate with such unwavering consistency across nations over decades, shaking our most basic assumptions about personal safety. Despite decades and agonizing cases, investigations into urban disappearances often hit the same frustrating walls of silence. New detectives inherit cold case files. Old patterns resurface with chilling regularity. Something crucial is always just out of reach. The system seems ill-equipped for this brand of vanishing. Leads often prove cruelly ephemeral, flickering briefly, then extinguishing into cold darkness. It is as if the act of disappearance leaves behind an anti-trace, a deliberate, maddening blankness. Some investigators feel constantly outmaneuvered by an unseen adversary, operating just beyond their capabilities. The conventional tools of law enforcement appear blunted against this elusive phenomenon. The walls remain standing, strong and high. The silence from the evidence room echoes the silence from beyond. The investigation continues, but progress remains agonizingly elusive. As the city sleeps, its secrets linger, restless, unresolved. In the quiet, we remember those who vanished and those who still search. In the deepest shadows, questions remain, echoing in the silence, waiting for answers. Each empty street holds a memory, each light a hope. People vanish, absorbed by the city's endless maze, leaving only traces and memories behind. For every name, a story unfinished. Our journey has revealed much, but the mystery endures, unsolved, haunting, and deeply human. Remember, you are not alone in the darkness. Together we search for truth, and together we keep hope alive. Even in the shadows of our modern cities, hope persists, quiet but unyielding. Every voice matters. If this gave you chills, hit that subscribe button, because we're just scratching the surface of the world's strangest disappearances. Subscribe to Riddle Dora for more investigations into the world's most chilling mysteries. Your support helps us shine a light